Chapter 13: Free Time and Sport. Both Australia and New Zealand have plenty of space and good weather, so naturally people spend a lot of their time outside. Although there are flats in cities, most people like to live in a house of their own with a garden. Families spend hours in their gardens, growing flowers and vegetables, playing and having meals. Barbecues are popular, and New Zealanders like a hangi too. This is a Maori way of cooking. You make a fire in a hole in the ground and then put stones on top of the fire. When the stones are hot, you put meat and vegetables on top of the stones, throw on water, cover the food, and fill up the hole. After 2 or 3 hours, you uncover the food and lift it out, and it tastes wonderful. Until the middle of the 20th century, meals in both countries were very much like British meals, and people usually sat down in the evening to eat meat, potatoes, and vegetables. But now people travel more, and immigrants have brought new foods and new ways of cooking. Young cooks are interested in cooking unusual foods, kangaroo meat, for example, or New Zealand fish, together with foods from Asian or European countries. Playing and watching sport is a very important part of life in both countries. Australia has had the Olympic Games twice. Sydney was home to very successful Summer Olympics in 2000. Water sports are especially popular because so many people live near to the sea, and in 10% of Australian gardens there is a swimming pool. Almost everyone learns to swim, and Australia has had some great swimmers. The most recent was Ian Thorpe, who began swimming for Australia at the age of 14 and later won 6 Olympic gold medals. Sailing is also popular, and in summer the harbors are full of boats, big and small. In 1995 and 2000, New Zealand beat some of the best boats in the world to win the America's Cup, the world's top sailing race. If you like football, you will find 4 different kinds of football to play or watch in Australia and New Zealand. There is soccer, the game that is known as football in many countries, and rugby league, which is also played in England and some European countries. But the most popular kind in Australia is Australian rules football. More than 500,000 people in Australia play this fast, exciting game, with as many as 18 players on each team. On the day of the final match, in Melbourne in September each year, everything stops in Australia, and millions of people watch the game. In New Zealand, the most popular kind of football is rugby. The New Zealand team is called the All Blacks. Before a game of rugby, the All Blacks do a haka, a Maori dance that makes them feel strong and tries to frighten the other team. It must work, because they are the most successful team in history. Many other sports are popular. Tennis, running, netball, and golf are some of them. Thousands of people like to go to watch horse races, and many of them hope to win some money too. The biggest race of all is the Melbourne Cup, which is held in Melbourne every year in November. That day is a holiday in Melbourne, and all over Australia everything stops when the race begins. Millions of people watch the race on TV or listen to it on the radio. Thousands of New Zealanders watch the race as well, and sometimes the winning horse is from New Zealand.